Hey folks, this is Billy DKY, the truth seeker that simplifies and demystifies. This is going to be my video on how some people meet. I've had this experience several times in several different situations. I'm sure it's happened to me a lot more than I even realize. However, I have come to realize what's going on and starting to piece it together. And I wanted to share with you. And I've done other videos too on human gravity and stuff like that. So I just wanted to go through it. And the first thing you need to understand to really appreciate and maybe to figure this out deeper on your own is everything is energy. I'm energy. The air is energy. This computer's energy. The video's energy. Everything's energy. And you really need to understand that because that allows you to get out of all the egotistical things and see it from a non-personal standpoint, a non-emotional point where you can really get your head wrapped around it right. So, and a lot of people think that's some just bullshit concept I throw out because I've said, Einstein said E equals MC squared, which just sort of implies that, and nuclear bombs sort of apply that too. You take a small bit of mass, turn it into a huge amount of energy. So anyway, that is what's going on, and that'll help you get your head wrapped around what I'm getting ready to say. Okay, so let's just take a scenario. Let's just say boy meets girl. It don't have to be necessarily boy meets girl. It's just, again, I'm an energy flow. Another person's an energy flow. And energy wants to balance each other. So that's sort of how it's going to be until it comes together. And that's why you hear people say, well, things happen for a reason. And, do you believe in fate and destiny and all that? So here's basically how it goes. Let me range it here where it's... Okay, the red line is going to be the girl, the blue line is going to be, or the black line is going to be the guy, the A, B, and C, that's going to be at the same time. So she's originally at the beauty shop, he's originally at the gym. She's at the beauty shop, and she feels this impulse to go to the gym because that's where he's at. Let's say these two are people that should meet because the energy flow is going to be right. So she feels the impulse to go to point A on his, but she's like, I don't like going to the gym, so she feels the impulse. Instead of going there, her in her conscious mind, she can't think of any reason in the world why she'd want to go to the gym. However, her spirit is telling her to go. So she tries to find. So then her spirit spins it around and say, okay, she will go to this cafe over here. And so she goes to the cafe and calls her friend and says, hey, let's go to the cafe over here. Something she knows, something she feels comfortable doing, so she goes there. Guy's the same way. He's over at the gym and he feels this need to go to this salon over here and he don't know why. And he may not even know that it's going to that salon, but he feels that direction sort of. And again, he's like, I don't know why I'm going there. He calls one of his buddies and says, hey, let's go to this cafe over here. So they go to two different cafes. And then while they're in the cafes, they say, hey, let's go to the coffee shop. So now she's feeling to go this way, and they eventually come together at the coffee shop. So again, it's a, since you're an energy flow and whoever you're quote unquote supposed to meet is an energy flow, you're always sort of heading in each other's direction. You may be missing each other, but it eventually, again, watch the hands. They eventually come together, and it's sort of that same way. It's like an iterative process. And it's also too like maybe it's so distance apart from each other that you don't even feel that pull. But like say when you get in the same city, you can feel the pull, and it's that pattern starts taking place as you start getting closer to each other. So I thought that was interesting. My cousin, he actually says that he can feel when his soulmate's in town. So I don't know if that's true or not. He hadn't explained it enough to me to where I believe him. Phone. Anyway, okay, here's another situation. Here's another situation that may happen. Let's say you got a real hard-headed guy who doesn't like to change any routines. He's very stagnant, doesn't want to change anything. And you got a girl that's real intuitive, which that's typically what you see. You got two hard-headed guy, you have an intuitive girl. So notice this situation. He's here. He never moves. Time A, B, and C, he's always at the same spot. Or you can even look at this as over a couple-day period, even if you want. She feels a need to go to the gym, but she don't really want to. She goes to the cafe, meets a friend, then she feels to go closer, but she sort of misses. She goes to the coffee shop, and then some friend convinces her that to go to the gym with her for just for on a whim, and she goes, okay, I don't want to go, but I'll go, and boom, she meets the guy of her dreams there. So it's just flows of energy, and that's all you are. So okay, so I've said this, and if you've had this experience before, it's like, okay, that's interesting. I can sort of see what you're getting at. I'm an energy flow, she's an energy flow. We're being pulled together in one way or another. One of us may be pulled more than the other, and that's just the way it is. And then you say, well, okay, now how do I use that going forward to make my life better? That's thanks for asking. Okay, so here's what you do. A lot of times in life we ignore those little impulses, and I'm not saying impulse to go get a chocolate cake, impulse to whip somebody's ass or something like that. I'm saying we get these little impulses to go someplace new that we don't even expect, and we don't know why. We don't know why. It's like, I ain't going if I don't know why I ain't going. Be a little softer in your mind and more gentle with it, because I actually had this situation happen, and I've said it before. I'll keep it short. Basically, I got this impulse to go someplace, and I was like, okay. You know, my mind was saying, go do this, and then I felt this little impulse to go here, and I was like, I ignored it the first time, and then I felt it a second time, and I normally would have ignored it, but I've had something like that happen prior to this incident happening, and I said, okay, I'm going to follow that path, and it led me right to my soulmate, or a soulmate. So don't ignore those impulses. Obviously, you know, you still got to check them. You know, if you got one that says, go to Africa and do this or that, you know, you might, you know. I'm saying if it's small and easy, you may want to give a little bit more precedence to those little bitty impulses that tell you to go someplace. And so, I don't know, it's really interesting. And like I said, I was driving my car and I don't know, I finally got it. I was like, it's so obvious, sort of. I mean, don't get me wrong, my insights will get deeper on this because I've been seeing it for a while, but I just didn't really have a good conscious way of saying it. So, till the next video, later folks, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you can use it. Later folks.